It's not every day you get to beef with somebody that has, I guess, what some would say, proximity to high status or with money. And today I had some downtime, so I've been doing a little bit of research, and I wanted to do a little video to explain how Celestial is able to do what she does. So to understand how Celestial and her high-level associates like the University of Tokyo, public policy graduate, and others, which I specifically left out of here because holding on to those cards, obviously, are engineering this environment, you have to look at it as a professional psychological operation. They aren't just blogging, they are applying high-level trial strategy and global governance tactics to a spiritual context. This allows them to brainwash followers and create a reality where her prophecies feel like absolute truth. So, people with big brains, they around her and her circle, they know how your mind works and collectively people's minds work. And they use this in high-level jury and international law and everything else. It's all filled with politics and all. So we're about to cover some of those tactics. The voir dire of social media, audience profiling. In a high stakes trial, a consultant uses voir dire, I'm probably saying it wrong, to interview. I'm sorry, Celestia, I didn't go to a fancy college like you did in Tokyo, okay? To interview potential jurors and remove anyone who thinks critically or holds opposing biases. The digital version, her associate likely uses data gathering skills to profile the commenters. They identify who is vulnerable, who is the true believer, and who is a dissenter like you. Well, I'm not even the dissenter. I was doing my own thing at the time. While I was on my journey, I just so happened to bump into her stuff, and it kind of lined up with what I was going through. And, well, yo guys, some of you know some of the rest of the story. But since I propped her up back then, now it's my job to bring her back down. The result, by pinning you as a pervert or a stalker, they are using a jury strike tactic. They aren't just insulting you, they are disqualifying you in the eyes of the jury, the followers, so that no matter what evidence you bring, the group is professionally trained to ignore it. Okay, that's cool. Narrative construction, the prophecy machine. Esther's background in public policy is centered on how to build a national narrative. The art of making a complex global event fit into a specific storyline. She loves to tell them stories that we've seen. Trend mapping. They don't wait for things to happen. They analyze global policy shifts, like the Middle East tensions or economic pivots, and frame them into the blog's timeline before they peak. The nudge. They use a policy tactic called nudging. By dropping small vague details, the drops, which is very consistent with how she does her little prophecies, they get the followers to do the research themselves. When a follower finds a connection between a news headline and a prophecy, the follower feels they discovered the truth, which creates a much deeper brainwashing effect than if she had just said it directly. Witness preparation, the thus saith authority. Trial consultants train witnesses to use power speech. This involves a specific posture, a lack of hedging, no, maybe, or I think, and a tone of absolute moral authority. Have we not... Just go look at her videos. Doesn't she take that posture of the whole moral authority? The spiritual application, the use of thus saith the Lord, is the ultimate power speech. It bypasses the logic center of the follower's brain and hits the survival center, creating the echo chamber. High-level legal researchers know that if you control the information a jury sees, right, like telling all your followers to block me, right, you control the verdict. By curating the blog to remove any logic-based counter-arguments, they create a closed-circuit reality where her prophecies are the only data points allowed. Hey Celestial, what's Tokyo, the university that you attended in? What are they going to think when they see your behavior online? Someone of such high prestige, right? You see, I got nothing to lose, but you do. When they see all that you're doing, and you're not, you knowing the law, you having all the procedures you have, having gone through the proper legal means to deal with these situations, but you're participating on your disgusting online behavior, right? What are they going to think? And I know that you called out and had them put a block so nobody can trace back on your papers or whatever, right? That they had published where your name is mentioned. That's not going to help you though. So really and truly, the only way to save yourself at this point by the skin of your teeth is just deleting the stuff that you said about me. So, especially, how are you going to argue to them when you have no evidence of what you said? When you have no evidence of nothing that you said about me? How are you going to prove it to them? How is this going to affect your future plans when your credibility might actually get touched or recanted? All because you wanted to mess with somebody that didn't need to be messed with. All because you wanted to kick a horse while it was down. And now the horse got up because the horse was resting. And now the horse is like, nah, I'm good. I'm sick and tired of this. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know what people are capable of. And this is the most fortunate thing that can happen to you, because I believe in a God. So I'm never going to step outside of his laws. But you know what I will do is that I will behave within the means of God's laws and human law, established laws. And for all of y'all that want to judge me for crashing out, to heck with you. You know why? Because when I get crapped on, none of y'all give a crap. When I get crapped on, none of y'all defend me. When I get crapped on, nobody ever defend. The people that actually get crapped on, nobody ever protects them. So now I gotta be an example. I gotta make an example of somebody, or at least show that these people can be touched. Keep on talking trash. That's all you could do. And the more trash you talk, the more ammo it gives me. I'm the one who's supposed to bow. See, like that. Why am I? I'm not the great prophet. Why? When did I ever say that? Why are you expecting more character, higher morality from me, the nobody, than from the great queen goddess prophetess of death, as she claims herself to be, the prophet of death? All it does is piss me off and see the hypocrisy even more, and I have to do it even more. Because at the end of the day, it's going to pass. I just repent and keep on treating all the people that I do interact with good. But criticism from hypocrites does not faze me. It don't faze me, bro. That Gechi, that genjutsu don't work on me. That level of genjutsu do not work on me, bro. Even the mere fact that you would even get into a back and forth with me online, that's so disrespectful of the Japanese in Tokyo way. I mean, I am sure that university does not want that bad publicity. I am pretty confident about that. Or association. You're rolling in the mud with a peon like myself? Huh? And the peon, even though he might be a bit cuckoo, he's bringing more evidence and acting more accordingly than you? That don't look good, Celestial. That don't look good.